How you doing, everybody? It's Jay Nanda, San Antonio metal music reporter for Access.com, coming to you from the Rock Box for a special night where none other than Doyle, WOLFGANG, von Frankenstein is headlining tonight here at the Rock Box, second leg of the As We Die tour. How are you, sir?
Great. How you doing?
Awesome. Thanks for having us. And Davey Suicide's on stage right now, but Doyle just released his second album, Doyle 2, As We Die, 8 days ago. Fabulous record. I've been listening to it as much as possible in preparation of this. And since you like to talk, and since you're a big interest in horror movies and movies type of thing, let's talk in movie talk. Why is the sequel, As We Die, better than, or how is it different than the first one, Abominator?
Well, we have some guests on it.
Yep.
We have Randy from Lamb of God on a song called Virgin Sacrifice.
Yes.
And we have Michael Amott and Elisa Whiteclaws of Arch Enemy on the title track, Kiss Me As We Die.
Yes.
And we have the drummer on there, Brendan Persport.
Yes.
And it's pretty awesome.
You and I did a phoner back in, I want to say 2015. The last time you were in San Antonio, you didn't get to play. You were on some crazy festival bill, Diablo Music Fest, where you were
Lightning. It was Lightning,
yes,
right?
You were the only metal, punk, whatever you want to call it, rock genre artist on the bill. And it just so happened that the storm happened when Doyle was supposed to be on stage. All the other bands played. It was just crazy. Luckily, we don't have to worry about that tonight. So you're in support of As We Die today. But how does it feel to be back in Texas? I think tonight is the second leg kickoff. Is that right, of the tour?
No, we've been out about a week.
Okay.
This is like the
But this is the first Texas show of the
first
tour.
Texas show, yeah. Feels like I'm in Texas.
Did you have much free time today? What do you do around town? Because I think you had a day off yesterday, right?
We did. We were in New Orleans yesterday.
Okay.
Didn't do anything. We had tacos today.
It's always a good choice.
Avocado tacos.
Awesome. Very good.
Black beans.
Tell me more about As We Die. Like I said, I've been listening to it as much as possible. Go pick it up. It just came out on Monster Man Records, which is basically your label, right?
Yeah, we joined up with EMP, which is David Ellefson's label from Megadeth.
Yes.
And we're going to put out smaller bands through our label.
That's kick-ass. And you mentioned Elisa, of course. Some people may know, some people may not know you guys are an item. The funny thing is when you were here that couple years ago, I mentioned we did a phoner, and I asked you what your reaction was, how you celebrated with Elisa when she got the gig in Arch Enemy.
Right.
And you told me we cried, and I thought that was like the last thing I expected you to say.
We were,
that was awesome answer.
It was hush-hush for a year or so, and we couldn't tell anybody, so we almost spilled the beans a few times by accident, you know what I mean? And then it finally happened, and she just sat on my lap, and we were so happy,
Yeah. And fast forward, rewind to about 5 months ago on the 70,000 Tons of Metal cruise, I was there. Arch Enemy was there. They were the only band that had a press conference, and I got a chance to ask her. And she said the same thing. She went into a little more detail as far as, she said that you guys cried when the announcement was made official. Because it had to be in certain countries at a certain time, in Germany first, of course. And she said, she humorously told us how you were kind of wearing Arch Enemy shirts around the public leading up to that, and so people were coming up to you going, why are you such an Arch Enemy fan? So do you recall what that was like? And she was talking about, she had told me how, I guess it had been a secret for 6 months or so, that she had undergone, or gone through losses in her family, close friends at that time, so she credited you, of course, with helping her get through that. So what was that period of time like for you that resulted in just pure exhalation when she did get the gig?
Like I said, it was just a secret, and it was hard to keep, because we were excited. And, we were getting, she was working on the music, rating it, so I was hearing it all, and the demos sounded so great, we were just going crazy. So, to finally not have to keep that in was really great.
Yeah. So like Doyle said, she and Michael are on the first song on the new album of Doyle's, As We Die. It's called Kiss Me As We Die. And you said you got Randy Blythe on Virgin Sacrifice.
Yeah.
How far back do you go with Randy? How did you get him to work on your record?
I just called him up. We were mixing. I said, hey, you want to sing on a song? He said, yeah. So I'll send you a couple. You pick one out. So I sent him 3 songs. And he picked the one out that Alex wanted him to sing. And was like, sure, that's great. So we went in the studio, and he's like, what do you want me to do? I said, I'm gonna fucking look at my phone. What the fuck you want to do? That's why you're here. You know? I let the other two guys go too. I let Elisa, you know, I told her what I wanted on the one part, and then she just took off, you know? I was like, okay.
I love that track, and when she just comes in with her vocals, you guys got to check it out if you haven't heard it yet.
And the funny thing with Michael, I was trying to write a solo for that song, inspired by the way he plays.
Right.
Had the first note that he had on the solo, and I'm fucking with him. I'm like, I can't, you know, I'm trying, I just couldn't do it, you know. And then he texts me while I'm doing it. Hey, save me a spot on your record for a solo. I was like, done.
Bingo.
I got something for you.
I remember when Abominator came out in, I think, 2013, you had said that was the only word on the whole album that you wrote, that it was 99% Alex. How did the whole process break down for As We Die?
Same.
You just wrote those 3 words?
No, I didn't either this time. We didn't have a title. We were mixing, and he just wrote it on a piece of paper, slid it over. He goes, what do you think of that? Like, that's cool, let's do that.
Yeah. And I remember, was it last year you and Elisa handed out the Golden Gods Award at Revolvers for most metal athlete, and the winner was Baron Corbin of the WWE Superstar. That was probably a rare chance for people to see the two of you in public, even though you didn't. I don't think you performed on stage that day. Maybe you did. But what was that honor like for you, as far as that whole just being called to do that and meeting
it's fun.
everybody?
I like doing that. It's fun. You get to see all your friends and, you know, people you never met. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's a good experience.
It wouldn't be a Doyle interview without asking about the Misfits. Of course, just here you're in your early 50s now, right? You joined the Misfits as a teenager,
Right.
early 80s. Just give me a sense of what your headspace was like at that time, whether just full bore into the music business and the way the music scene was 30 years ago. What was it like for you to be in that band and just touring the world at its apex?
There was no Apex then. Like nobody back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, considering that and how much you've influenced all these bands, and 30 years later, people are wearing Misfit shirts, going crazy for Die Die My Darling, Last Caress, Green Hell, Attitude, all kinds of songs. It's just
what I expected, actually.
But it's got to give you an immense satisfaction, even though it took a long time for that for the fruits of your labor, so to speak, to
Well,
be seen.
the coolest thing was to actually do a festival when you knew everyone there was there to see you.
Mm-hmm.
That was the coolest, because usually we would do festivals in Europe, and I didn't know if anybody knew who the fuck we were. You know what I mean? So it was good to know everybody was there to see that.
Yeah. What was your reaction when Metallica first covered some of those songs back in '87 with Last Caress, Green Hell? And
thought it
just
was cool.
the popularity that they...
Then when they did Die Die, I was driving in the car and it came on. I'm like, I know this song. What is this? And then I heard him start singing. I'm like, oh no, cool.
But I'm guessing there's never been a point where you joined them on stage for Missile
Those
Song
guys, they
instead of-
joined us.
Yeah.
A couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cannot wait to hear Misfits tunes, Doyle tunes tonight. We're going to let you go because he's got a show to get ready for very momentarily. Thank you so much for
All right,
taking the
man.
time.
Thanks for coming.
We will see you in the photo pit. Thanks for your time.
Okay.
For Doyle, it's Jay Nanda, San Antonio Metal Music Reporter for Access.com, reminding you, don't hang them out to dry. Hold them up high.